Welcome to the second edition of EU Talk. This month of June, my special guest is Kate Ramil. Thank you for being here. We will talk a little bit about your Erasmus Plus experience. Erasmus Plus is the European program for scholarships and mobility in higher education. Kate finished her European Masters in Women's Studies and Gender Studies at the University of Hull in the United Kingdom, and the Universidad de Granada in Spain. And you graduated among the top of your class, so congratulations also for that. And thank you so much for being here. EU Talk is our way to engage with young personalities of the Philippines. So this is the whole purpose of this conversation. And I would like to start by asking you, how are you, and how are you in the pandemics? What has it changed for you and also for the people you care about?
I started planting my lemons. It was the first time last year that I started planting, seeds, lemon seeds. And until now, they're still alive. So I guess I have a green thumb, and I really enjoy that. And also, when last year, when the pandemic started, I think it was just 3 weeks, when everything closed down, like the quarantine started, I had a general assembly with the fellow Filipinos, European Erasmus scholars, and we checked on each other because I think it's important that they know that, even if they're there and we're here, we care, and that we are one family. However cliche that sounds, but Filipinos are always an extended family. So there, and also my friends and I started this Save a Trike campaign, which helped trike drivers in 3 areas, in Laguna, in Quezon City, and in Mandaluyong. And we helped 500 drivers. So each of them got 1,000 pesos from the campaign funds that we got. Not campaign funds, but from the all
fund
the
drive.
Donations. Yes, from the donations that people sent us. So there, we were 3 girls, 3 women. One is a fashion designer, Sari Lazaro, who also studied in Europe, and the other one is Regine Guevara, who studied at Harvard, and then me. And then there, we just decided that we wanted to help because that's what that was what was needed during the time.
So you basically use the social media to call for people to contribute to and how much money did you assemble?
We actually, I think, more than 500,000.
Wow.
So first 2 weeks was 150,000 to 250,000.
Wow.
Yeah, and
$500,000
yes,
pesos.
$500,000 pesos.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And how did you reach out to the driver?
Yes, we contacted the operators and tricycle organization, and we got their names and their numbers. So it was quite efficient. We gave them the schedule where to get their money, and then we had to take documentation. Not because we wanted to show people that we're giving, but because we need to be more. We're accountable for
To your
money.
donors.
Yes, to our donors, and so we had to show them that this is where your money went.
So, in other words, the pandemic has cut you off from some of the things that you were doing and enjoy doing, if I understand you well.
Yes.
And it makes you discover things that you didn't know that you were capable of doing.
Yes, like
But also, it gives you new opportunities to do what you are naturally inclined to do, which is reaching out to others and helping others in the community. Can you tell us a little bit how you discovered Erasmus program? What was your journey? Well, how did you discover that, and what was your experience from a personal perspective?
Well, actually, I had no idea about Erasmus before taking Erasmus. I was in a conference. I attended a leadership training in Mexico, and one of the participants sent me the call for the MA in Women's and Gender Studies, and he said, "Oh, this is perfect because I want to study in Spain and also in the UK," and so I applied and I got in. So, and then there, I mean, my experience was like, it was fantastic, really. Ambassador, it's one of the best. I think I met a lot of people. I learned a lot in terms of different cultures, but also about myself, discovering myself.
What do you think you brought back to the Philippines and to your professional journey from being an Erasmus scholar in Europe, in 2 places in Europe? What do you think is the single thing or the couple of things that you got from there?
I think it's the efficiency of the system. When I was there, like, wow, I could actually complain, and people will actually listen to me when I complain. So that's something that I learned, and I learned very well. And the other thing is that everything is so efficient. Like, and I was thinking, well, this can also happen in my country. We can actually bring efficiency in this country. If we start doing it, starting with ourselves, and that's what I did. I wanted to do everything efficiently. If I can finish my task today, then I'd finish it today, so that next day it's going to be a new task.
What do you think? What do you think was the most challenging moment? Because there must have been one in your experience as a Erasmus scholar.
My first month in Spain, I was homesick. In the UK, I wasn't, because I had relatives there. In Spain, because I couldn't speak the language, I was feeling, detached and also kind of depressed, because I couldn't talk to to other people in their language. And then I remember telling myself that this is a once in a lifetime chance. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sulk, or are you going to go out there and meet people? And that's what I did. I befriended restaurateurs in Granada, because I loved eating there. And then it was a very nice experience. I don't have exactly the most challenging experience, because I think that those challenging experience can be opportunities for us to do better, and also to communicate better to other people. And then these restaurateurs, whenever they see me and also they see my friends, we get free coffee or free tea. I mean, that's very nice. That's a very nice experience for me.
And what kind of tips do you give to your fellow Erasmus scholars who now are taking up the journey, or will take up the journey? When you talk to them, are there any tips that you give them?
I always tell them to be open, to be open-minded. I mean, forget about the things that you learned here. I mean, not everything, but the things that you think are not needed there. You have to be independent. That's the first time that I learned to be independent, to be honest, Ambassador, because here, everything is provided for you. There you have to do everything. I mean, at home, you have family to cook
Family
for you.
support, you mean?
Yes.
The community support.
Yes, you don't need to do your own laundry, but there you have to do your own laundry. So I
Correct.
learned how to press my clothes, even if it took me 1 hour to to try it out, with my pajamas or something. But to just be open, because the opportunity is out there, and it's good if you don't have any barriers, any shield, because of course you need to protect yourself, but also it's nice to get to know other people and other cultures. People tell me, like, in this area there's a lot of robbery, or bad people. I actually didn't believe that, because I wanted to discover the real character of this place, of this area.
So going out in the world, in that case, through the Erasmus program, is a voyage of self-discovery as well.
Yes.
I think it's a very powerful message. How do you see the role, or the emerging role and the growing role of youth in the Filipino society during and after the pandemic?
Well, before the pandemic, young people, a lot of them, I noticed that they don't actually care that much about, not all, okay, some young people, they don't care about politics, they don't care about the news, they don't care about social issues. But when the pandemic happened, it's when they realized that, they needed to step up. And they did. They're doing that. I mean, you can see that they're organizing different things for a lot of people, for the community, for the environment, and I think that's so powerful. And that's why, in a way, there's also a blessing in this pandemic, because a lot of people stepped up, and they become leaders in their own community and to a larger community, and that's, I think, fantastic.
It's a very powerful message. Thank you very much, Kate. Thank you so much.